today I have some plans, and that is going to involve, for one, answering a few things that you guys asked in the comments, and also experimenting with the new other dimension and trying out some cool things, also getting into some enchants. So speaking of what was kind of mentioned in the comments, well, that I was wasting tons of enchantments by using the grindstone here. And I'll admit, I shouldn't have done that. I should not have used the grindstone. Instead, I should have used industrial foregoing. Now, industrial foregoing has a way to rip enchants off of any item. And we can take those enchants, turn them into a book, right? And then there is a custom block in this game that is a part of Apotheosis that'll allow us to store all of those enchants. It is kind of awesome. So let's get into those cool items. Now, the first one is, of course, the Enchant Extractor. This right here will allow us, when given some power, to extract an enchant. Pretty cool. We are going to need a point for this. So I can go ahead and craft up a point. Let's go ahead and craft up a couple. And we'll take this. It's got such a weird model going on because of the update. But I'm thinking about putting it somewhere down here. How about on this floor right here? This will probably be like the perfect spot considering everything. We can go ahead and place it right here. As you can see, it needs some power. And it also needs to be given books. So let's go ahead and connect this to our main network. And I think we have books. So let's go ahead and throw this in here. And now here's the cool thing. So we can take a sword, for example, this one, right? It's not going to delete the item by doing this, but we should be able to take our 60 something levels. We have lapis in here. We can enchant this up to this. And this put teleportation, Raider's Bane, and Bane of Anthropods on here. I can take this now, at least I should have done this before, and just toss it in here, and it is going to pull off the enchants. Look at that. And throw them right here. And then what I want to do with this, after the sword, of course, is done, it's going to dump the sword. But what I want is this to go into another block from Apotheosis. So Apotheosis has a enchantment. What is it called? It is a enchantment table. Ah, here it is. Enchantment library. And yeah, the level capacity is kind of high. It can basically take enchants. For example, if you have like a Fortune 3, and then you put another Fortune 3 in there, those will then stack and you can add them to an item with this thing right here. We're going to need infused hell shelves to do this, which means we need a very specific thing to get infusion up and running on our altar. So as you can see, we need these very specific amounts, and I don't know exactly how we're going to do this. I might have to figure this out and look this up to be able to get this exact amount. So honestly, for the hell infusion, it's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. The setup that we already have is going to work. So all we have to do is take a hell shelf, which I did have to brew some regeneration potions up for, and look, it gives it to us right here, infusion on this hell shelf. And so when we do that, we've done infusion, and now, interestingly enough, I believe we can unenchant this later on. Potentially. Nope, we cannot put the hell shelf in here. So there are other things that can receive infusion. So if this is the method for doing that, this is actually not that bad. And I believe infusion on some of the other things from Apotheosis, such as the charms, I believe this makes them unbreaking, I think, which is kind of awesome if that's the case. But yeah, I need to make a couple more of these, and we should be ready to set up an amazing enchanting library. So with all of that done and all the infusion done on these, let's go ahead and make this the enchantment library. So an incredibly powerful item here, and I mean incredibly. So I can just go ahead and dump these enchantment books in here, and as you can see, if I take a sword, for example, like this one right here, I believe I can just select the enchants. Or no, wait, it's just going to give me the book with all of them on it, not the specific item. So as you can see, yeah, all of these items, I just put all of the levels back onto this one book. And as you can see, I can just make a book however I want. And then I can just, of course, toss them back in at really no cost. It does say point cost, but when it says point cost, it means you only have so many of the books or enchantments in here. But other than that, this really trivializes enchantments. And this is honestly what I should have set up before going all crazy like I did. However, we are going to utilize this in the future because I'm still far from my perfect build. This build is still far from complete. Like, I would love to have teleportation and stuff on my sword so I can just boop around all over the place. That would be fantastic. And honestly, I can do that right now, I guess. But Infusion, let's go further into Infusion because I'm glad I have that open. Let me go ahead and make one of these charms. And let's get into that. What charm would be really potent? I'm thinking a Charm of Knowledge definitely has some potential here. This will increase the amount of XP that we get. And I almost wonder if the XP that is dropped out of the setup that we have would actually be increased by that as well, considering it's XP orbs being dropped on the ground, or if it's specifically the ones from mobs. I'm hoping this actually will work. Now, to do this, I just need a bottle of enchanting, and then we just level it up the old-fashioned way with redstone and such. Now, there is an enchanting 3, so if I go to the charms, let's see, we could also run around with haste. This is a crazy one. Let's see, there's knowledge 2, which is potions of the ancient knowledge, which to get this one is knowledge, base knowledge, and then redstone dust. And then to get knowledge 2, which is a shorter duration. Yeah, I believe it's just glowstone, right? So knowledge. Oh, actually, no, it's just another bottle, it looks like. So yeah, knowledge of the ages is literally just another bottle of enchanting. This is such a good potion, by the way. I mean, all of these charms are really good, but I'm curious to see how the infusion is going to take place on this charm. And I think you can automatically put unbreaking and stuff, but to get infusion is pretty crazy. And I think you do need specifically a level 80 enchant to be able to get infusion. And of course you do need those specific requirements of the amount. But there we go. There is our 2. Now to make this into a charm, all we got to do is dump it like this. Now ignore the fact that it didn't go in there. We just put it in manually. That'll make the charm. Now I'm not going to activate the charm yet because I want to take it over here and see if we can't just put infusion on it. It should be the level 80. It doesn't tell me, but I'm going to assume that that is infusion. Let's see once I get enough levels. Oh, okay. So I guess infusion on this particular item is different. That's why it wasn't actually showing. As you can see right here, this requires Arcana to be pretty high, and then our Eterna needs to be just completely maxed out, with the Quanta being at a very low percentage. So I guess at the moment, I don't have the ability to do that, because I think to get the Eterna all the way up, you need the upgraded in shelf, which requires dragon skulls, which I do want to go into the nether. So in shelf, let's see. So there are a couple of different upgrades for the in shelf, but the dragon shelf, draconic shelf, this is the one. As you can see, Eterna max 50. So you'd probably max this out and then figure out how to get everything else up, because I think that's definitely the way to go. Because our current stats are not there. We would definitely get the Quanta down. And it says limited enchantability. So I can't even enchant this thing at its current point. So I don't know if I'm barking up a tree here, but I may have found a way to potentially unenchant a hell shelf that we've infused with that enchantment and potentially remove that enchantment off there to be able to put onto this, thus bypassing some of the steep requirements for the charm here. Now to do this, we're gonna actually have to get into the mod that saves us from dying, Coral Tombstone. It's kind of interesting. Over here I've made a little bit of a grave. Of course I got that going on, but I've made a little bit of a grave. I have a couple of tombstones here, and I can go ahead and do something incredibly creepy and put my own name on it, right? Because I've died a few times, you know, I might as well say, hey, I've passed away. So to do this, after you go ahead and craft those, you can just go ahead and make a grave plate and put some iron in here, and I can say, ChosenArchitect, put my own name in it, for example. And then all I have to do is go over here, and after that, I should be able to right-click on here. And there we go. So, unforgettable. A goal has been reached. Now, this is interesting because now that I've done this, there's a potential for a soul to be generated here, and I'm going to need that soul. There also might be another way that we could potentially get ourselves a soul. So within Coral, there's tons of things. I've mentioned it before early on, but we can actually make ourselves this, a familiar receptacle. We're going to need impregnated diamond, which looks like it requires a bone needle. This is a very interesting thing. So it says combined in inventory. I'm curious as to how this, I guess we just combine the two. It looks like we don't, yeah, oh, okay. So never mind, we can just make the impregnated diamond and then we combine these two? I have no idea. But this would be how we actually make a soul receptacle. It says create a bind with a kind of creature to use in magical practices. Ooh, so we should find some sort of creature to bind this to? What should that be? So, you know, instead of doing this, we could just wait. I'm just kind of interested in this. Okay, so this now is set to a squid. Very, very awesome. And then I just combine this. It says to combine in an inventory, but kind of curious what that's actually meaning. I'm kind of thinking it means like take this and then right click. Oh, it does. Okay, so you just like pick it up and right click it there. Okay. So now we have this set up, and will we be able to do this? Looks like we will. And this should allow us to capture a familiar. So this right here, receptacle allows to capture the soul of one of your dead familiars. I'm not quite sure what a familiar is. I'm assuming it's a pet. But like if I kill that, that was not my familiar, right? That it was bound to. I don't think it matters. Let's go get a dog and sacrifice it for means of this video. Wolf, I am incredibly sorry about this. I know we're friends, and I'm not even gonna name you because if I name you, I will definitely get attached. But if I kill you, okay, this receptacle contains a soul of the creature wolf. Okay, so what we should be able to do now is potentially fill our gravestone with this wolf's soul. I'm pretty sure that's what's going to happen. So, moment of truth. Do I have to wait? Or can I right click? I think I have to wait a little bit of time for that to fill up. This is so creepy. So I went ahead and made a grave for Wolf here. And yep, I think our receptacle is almost filled up. It takes your health in order to refill the receptacle. And I'm thinking that if we get this completely filled up, we might be able to inject the soul into the grave instead of waiting. It does take some time for a soul to appear on these graves. And there's actually a lot of stuff you can do with the souls that appear on the grave. As you can see, these right here require souls on the grave. It says right click to reveal the contents. But, oh, there it went. Oh, I guess I can't open them now. But I did need a grave beforehand. But let's see, it's full. Okay, yeah, it says right here. Pray near a decorative grave while holding the receptacle in your offhand should allow you to bring it back to life. I'm right clicking in my offhand. It is not doing that. And I'm near it. I'm near the graves. Oh, I guess I'm gonna have to wait because I need this to be able to rip the enchant off of any item. That's gonna be kind of cool, but I do need a soul inside of the graves. Okay, so apparently to be able to pray, I need this thing right here. And it says hold right click near a decorative grave to pray. And it says left click on a grave to reset all of your stuff. I don't want to reset anything, but put this in the offhand. And then, oh. Okay. So, am I doing it? I did it! And I revived puppers! Okay, alright, you're safe. Come over here, bud. I won't do it again, I promise. You're safe. You're safe from this point forward. By the way, these level points, I can actually go in here now and maybe increase these. Rune Inscriber, chance to consume tablet, scroll duration. Let's see, scribes, +2 enchantments extracted. Let's increase that to make this a little bit better. And I think that's good. Still though, I wanted the soul to build up on here. I did get puppers back though, which is a good thing. So it's happened, It struck lightning last night, and look at this. There's a little spirit roaming around this. So I think there's supposed to be a random chance that a soul will appear on this, just like I said. Or you can actually, apparently you can find these soul receptacles. Maybe I was confused with a familiar receptacle, but you can find these in chests, and then you can right click them onto the tombstones as well, which is pretty cool. But I'm so glad I have at least one right here, and I didn't have to go crazy adventuring. Maybe we'll find more in the future. But all I need to do now is put this infused hell shelf in my offhand, and I hope this works. All this work for nothing. And I just right click on here, and oh, it placed the shelf. That's not good. Oh no. Did we just yeet the shelf out of oh no, okay, good. Woo! Maybe I should place a block like above the tombstone just to sort of prevent me from placing a block. Maybe this won't work because it is a block. Oh, magical blocks can, oh man. Magic books can only enchant with offhand. Wait, hold on. So strip some enchants from the item, returns the book. Right click on a grave with this, okay, with this book in the offhand. Okay, good. Oh, oh man. The item in your main hand is not enchanted. It doesn't consider it enchanted. All of this work. It does work though on other regular items. Well, at least it was worth a shot. Well, looks like I'm gonna have to go about it. Yeah, definitely the longer way. I don't even think this is really considered an enchanted item. It just kind of renames it to infused. So there is an enchanting book that you can apparently get, but what an interesting thing. Well, that was definitely a loop that I just went through, but I do want to show you really something cool. You guys wanted me to test out my new current setup with the Ender Dragon and see what's going to happen here. But we're not going to fight the Ender Dragon in the way you guys might think. Now, in the end, I have this sort of plan. I don't know if this is going to work because I've never tried to really automate like the killing of the dragon. But I want to spawn the dragon in. I wanted to go through its build process, right? Where it would spawn the end crystal here. And I think there's a blast range that will blow up these blocks. So I need to go at least 1, 2, 3, 4. But I don't know if the TNT that I plan on using here is going to work because I want to utilize this detonator. The problem is it causes the TNT to insta-explode, not just ignite. And to ignite, I would love it to just fall into this so I can set it higher and do that. So maybe this isn't the best use for this, but I can try. I'm almost positive that an end crystal is going to break that. So let's go ahead and test this real quick. I will go ahead and manually break it on the first round. But to go ahead and set this, right now it's set to prime mode, which means there is nothing linked. So whenever I shift right click on this, As you can see, it has a TNT ready to go. I'm almost positive, though, that the dragon is probably going to give us some problems here. It's almost positive it's going to break the TNT. But I'll go ahead and spawn it in. To respawn the dragon, boop, in crystal here, 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 and also here. That will spawn the dragon, and I'm just going to keep an eye out on this. Because I'm almost positive it's going to blow up that TNT. Let's see, it goes over here. If it doesn't break that TNT, that might be the perfect height. And then it might break the crystal. I need to hit V or my change mode to set it to detonate mode. There it goes. And yeah, it definitely destroys it. I would have to set TNT way higher. But you know what? You know what? We're probably going to end up destroying this dragon anyways. So I'm really not too concerned. Like I should be able to just walk up to this and punch it. Yeah, and take very little damage. This is just crazy that I can do that. Very little damage. Yeah, this trivializes the dragon. So, with all of the crystals broken, let's see if this guy is gonna land for me. And I guarantee we're gonna be able to just lay in to this dragon. So the dragon is now landing. Oh, we just put the... Wow, we just straight up destroyed the dragon. I mean, it already had half health gone, but the fact that I was able to hit it that fast is hilarious. I mean, yeah, while I'm waiting, I might as well kill this shulker over here. Yep, go ahead, take the L. There we go, we kill that so fast. Oh, this is so good. And then to finish the dragon off, I mean, I might as well just use the elytra to sort of fly into the dragon, right? If that works. Oh, it doesn't take as much damage in this when it's like that. Yep, this will be pretty easy. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. All of that fun. The dragon gets wrecked. I'll take the bonus experience. So, yeah, and oh, another dragon egg actually spawns. That was something I was curious about, if there was a thing that added more dragon eggs. It looks like it does. And then we also get some more dragon scales, dragon hearts, and of course that, and the miniature green heart. I think this is one of the extra hearts. And so the more bosses you kill, the more hearts you gain overall. And I think probably one of the best ways to do it is by killing the Wither. So, wow. That was a lot of fun. Now, some things that I recommend doing with the enchantment setup, right, is to have your enchantment extractor set up. Of course, you're going to need to fill it with books, but have this push automatically to the enchantment library. So that way you can go over here, enchant your item. Of course, you can auto enchant, but this is going to be the best way to manually enchant. And just go ahead and slap some stuff on here. You can see right here, we got like magic protection, rebounding, all kinds of cool stuff that I'd really like to have. And put that in here. Use something that's got a high enchantability, such as all the Modium has a really high enchantability on it. And it's just going to dump all of this over here. And it's kind of crazy too, because we're going to end up with some just crazy stuff. So for example, if I wanted a max mana gen, right? This is mana gen 3, and I can also throw mana boost on there. And as you can see, I think this also allows you to over enchant, because we don't have any levels available. But yeah, as you can see right there, I can completely add those items. It's just going to be bonkers once we get all this set up. So man, I'm over here like taking enchants off of stuff, and I just noticed like it's probably best to just grind out, definitely grind out the other dimension. Of course we got yeah, George here, like just definitely grind this out. And it is, I mean, it just has such high tier enchants on it. And all of this is going to add to this and allow us to enchant. It's pretty crazy. And for example, I almost forgot to mention this. This item filter section is really handy because you can set an item filter here and it's only going to show you the enchants that can go on a helmet, for example. So if you want to filter that or filter an item for boots, you know, you're going to see all kinds of stuff that only can go on boots and can only go on pants. That's a really nice change. It's, yeah, been a little bit since I played around with that item. So I know there's one more thing you guys probably want to see, and that is how quickly can we destroy a wither? And honestly, I have no idea. I have a feeling that we're going to be able to take it out with relative ease. That's the goal. But yeah, I think this is their first time technically fighting the wither, because we crafted nether stars, but we've not actually fought the wither itself. And so it should be pretty easy. Oh yeah, I forgot about the part where it floats right above you, making it incredibly hard to hit. Yeah, that doesn't make things easy, does it? You know what? Can I fly into it? Nope. Okay. Well, this is going to be a lot harder than I thought. Can I get it to go underground? Well, I think we just have a permanent wither here now. This is our life. This is, because I don't have creative flight, it does make it a little bit more difficult. Are you gonna float down here, bud? Let's get down here, bud. Thank you, bud. All right. You're not making this easy. Not at all. I wonder. Oh yeah, it breaks blocks. I forgot about that. I mean, we are taking damage. Can I use a damage spell on this? Oh, that works. Okay. Well, at least I can kill it this way. And I wish I was using my sword to kill it. There we go. And two shot. I mean, we two-shot it once we got it to the ground. Yeah, that was I shouldn't fight it this way anymore. It flies up in the air. So with all of that fun, I hope you enjoyed today's episode. Next episode, we are definitely going to be diving back into the other, and I have a lot of work to do there. I want to try my best to come up with an interesting way or a clever way to make it a little bit more efficient to loot, because yeah, it's not really practical with all the mob spawning. It's almost near impossible. You just can't even get in there. So we're going to figure out a way to do that. But of course, until then, be sure to click that subscribe button. And of course, give this video a thumbs up. Comment down below if there's something I may have missed in today's video, and maybe you have some knowledge that I'm lacking. I would love to know. That's how I learn. Of course, guys, I do, however, want to give a shout out to the supporter of today's video. And that huge thanks is going to go to KillStriker025. Thank you so much for your amazing support over on the Discord. And guys, if you want to become a Discord supporter yourself, all you got to do is go to discord.gg/ChosenArchitect, join the community there, and of course, check out the premium subscription section. It is honestly one of the best ways to support me. And guys, also check out my Twitch. I do live stream Monday, Tuesday, Thursdays, and Fridays around the morning time, Central Standard Time, around 10 o'clock for around 4 to 8 hours. It all depends on the day. But be sure to check that out, twitch.tv/ChosenArchitect, and I would love to see you over there. Of course, guys, hope you enjoyed. I'll see you in the next one, and as always, thanks for watching.